Today we unbox, set up, and install the Philips Hue Outdoor Motion Sensor. Everyone, welcome back to Smart Home Dad, and I am using a new video editing platform to put my videos together, so I hope you guys all enjoy that. Today we are going to take a deep dive into the install setup and some automations associated with the Philips Hue Outdoor Motion Sensor. So jumping right in, guys, the Philips Hue Outdoor Motion Sensor is awesome in regards to being able to set up some cool automations for your in-home lights or your outdoor lights triggered by this motion sensor. And it's important to know that this is an outdoor sensor, so it's weatherproof, wireless. It's a really great setup, and you'll see how I've installed this on my home. You saw a few videos already, but super fast install. You do have to have a Philips Hue bridge. So if you're running any sort of Philips products right now, you're probably pretty well aware of the Philips Hue bridge, but just do know if you're going to step into the Philips Hue world, you do need that. I have found this motion sensor for about $50. You can find it different prices, just depends on where you shop. Diving into the unboxing, guys, pretty straightforward. You've got your standard instruction manual. It's got a whole bunch of different tips on how you can install the actual mount for this outdoors. It's got a corner mount, side mount, flush mount. You do have some screws that come in there with some anchors. And then, of course, the motion sensor itself. You'll have that. In addition to a wall plate that attaches to the back of the motion sensor that you can manipulate depending on how you want to install the actual motion sensor, again, whether it's going to be a corner mount or however you want to do that. Now, setup is pretty straightforward, and much like many of your accessories that you'll do through Philips and of the videos that I've shown you in the past as well. From settings, you'll go to set up an accessory or add an accessory. You'll choose, in this case, the outdoor motion sensor. It'll remind you to take the mount off of the back so that you can expose the setup button on the back of the actual motion sensor, and you'll push that in and it'll blink red, indicating that it's been set up. And after it's been set up, of course, within the Hue app, there are a lot of different settings that you can do native to the Hue app outside of Apple HomeKit. There are a lot of different sensitivity settings, the motion sensitivity settings. Definitely want to check this out and play with the sensitivity and test that and make sure that you get exactly what you're looking for out of how easily it will detect motion so that it is controlling lights in my example. So once you have setup complete, the next thing that I did was go into Apple HomeKit and go ahead and build a new automation. In this case, we want a sensor to detect motion, and we want this to happen at night. And you can determine whether you want it to start exactly at sunset or sunrise. In my case, I went ahead and went 15 minutes before sunset and 30 minutes before sunrise. Click done, and that's your time settings. You can also go down and select whether or not you want this to run with certain people at home or nobody at home. In this case, I like it to be off, so that basically I want this to run at all times. From here, you'll go down and select the actual device that you want to run. In this case, our outside lights. So when it detects motion, we want our front outside lights to turn on. After you've done that, you can always test your automation, but before I did that, I went ahead and set my turn off to be after 2 minutes. I think that gives us plenty of time to walk in and out of the house. And once you've done that, go ahead and click done. I like to open it back up and again test your automation, make sure that you see that in this case my front outside lights are on. Now the only thing left to do is to actually install the wall mount based on how you want this to sit on your house. In my case, I decided to go with the side mount, And I was able to do this with a simple Phillips head screwdriver. However, I strongly recommend using some sort of drill or cordless drill because these screws they give you are quite long and takes a little bit of time and power to really get them in there. And as we check out this automation in action, guys, I want to thank you for watching the video today. Please do take a minute to subscribe and like this video if you enjoyed it. And also, we're going to be posting tons of videos with product reviews just like this, installs, automations. If that's stuff that interests you and you're into building a smart home, do subscribe. And I want to thank you all very much, and we'll see you next time.